Roberto, thanks for joining us. Darren Millard here with Gord Stellick and Jeff Merrick. When was the last time you wore a towel around the neck as the backup like they did in the 80s?
Well, that's a crazy question right out of the gate. I don't know. I don't think I've ever worn one, to be honest.
Nobody does it anymore.
No. You know what? I know Jiggy used to do it, Giguère.
Right.
Maybe Marty Baron. Might have seen him with the towel around his neck, but I don't know if they still do that nowadays.
What's your take on what's happening with Team Canada's goaltenders right now, and who would you start in the opener?
Wow, that's a tough question. I mean, all three are great, obviously. I think Carey's definitely the best goalie in the world right now, but he hasn't played in a year, so it's going to be a tough call for the coaches. I wouldn't want to be put in that spot. I honestly don't know who I would start. I haven't. I've seen a little bit of the first Canada USA game, but I didn't see the second one. I'm not sure how the other goalies did, but I wouldn't be want to put in that situation to make that decision.
Would you want to be judged by that one game coming off of summer? And I'm talking about rust and that kind of thing.
No, that's tough. It's a tough spot to be in. I mean, especially I'm sure you guys are aware of my past. It's always tough to come in at the beginning of a season and start playing some games. But I couldn't imagine early September playing meaningful games like that. Obviously, I did it the last time the World Cup was around, but it's tough, because you're not in the groove of the season, and it's tough, and especially for a guy like Carey that hasn't played in a year to be playing these games is incredibly. Think it would be incredibly difficult, to be part of that.
Now, you having been there, an elite goaltender, not a young backup who expects to be a backup, what would you recommend to coaches about how they handle it talking to the goaltender? Would you say, yeah, I like that you're going to take one and run with it, just give me the truth? Or how do you handle the other guys? So say, what happened with Pat Quinn and Curtis Joseph all those years ago, you don't repeat that kind of situation.
Yeah, I think, it's important to be open and honest with everyone. But, I would leave it as a fluid situation. Things change quickly in a course of a tournament like that. I mean, it's short, but you can't be afraid, to make a switch. I think at any point, I think it's important to keep an open mind. And even if you have your guy, you want to make sure that, you have a backup plan because, at the end of the day, like I said before, all three guys can play. I mean, there's no doubt about that. They can carry the load and win them the tournament for them.
Take us back, Roberto, to 2004. And you're in there in the game against the Czech Republic. Patrick Elias ties it up. The thing goes into overtime. Vincent Lecavalier with the overtime heroics. What are your memories from that night?
No, it was great. I mean, it's funny because, I've been skating here in Florida, and last week Thomas Vokoun was on the ice coaching at the same time as me. And seeing that the World Cup was coming up, he mentioned to me, it's funny that, back then it was me against him in that game, and now we're here, and he's retired and coaching, and I'm still trying to hang on for dear life to stay in the NHL. So, times have changed, but it was a great memory. I was in Toronto, and it was exciting, and the way that it all ended, I mean, it was fun.